Hello one and all, it's Nerdcraft here, bringing you a Korean ladder match game here, spawning on the upper right-hand corner of the Entombed Valley. I don't know why I can never remember the name of that map. Is going to be our red Zerg player, none other than LiquidZenio himself, and his opponent here, spawning on the lower left-hand corner, is going to be our blue Protoss player, MVPVampire, who is a very, very new player. He just recently qualified for Code A, and so there's not really much known about him. I remember seeing him play in the GSTL one time, and he was promptly defeated by, I believe it was Marine King Prime or like Starchild July. I can't actually remember the game, but he was easily defeated essentially. And so there's not much known about this player. As we can see though, he is going to be going for that Forge Fast expansion here. No surprise. I mean, that's a pretty standard play for almost all Protoss players to go against Zerg. And LiquidZenio, you know, formerly of Team OGS. He is very well known, at least throughout the foreign community, for being a very unorthodox, kind of different Zerg player. I love watching his play because he uses Hydralisks, and I love Hydralisks. At least I love to watch Hydralisks be used. I hate playing against Hydralisks because they're good, and they're not really used that much. So we'll see exactly what he decides to do. We're going to have a 13 pool go down for Zenio, most likely going to go into a 15 hatch. That's, you know, again, one of those norm builds for all the players. And MVP Vampire. I just gotta be Vampire is gonna come in here. He's gonna see the scout, and it's like, all right, I know what you're doing. Yeah, I know what you're doing. I don't need to, you know, like seduce you and suck your blood, because you know he's a vampire. That's what he does. The Nexus going down first instead of Forge, which I don't know. I've seen it being used a lot more commonly, but at the same time, I don't think I would ever do that, because just that option for pressure is just so high, and I'm not sure if I would ever do that, especially against Zerg. Now we see that the drone here is going to be putting in, the pylon's going to go down and block that hatchery. Wouldn't be surprised to see a quick third come out from Zenio, but knowing Zenio, he's most likely just going to go into pressure, or by looks of things, make 4 Zerglings to take out that pylon. Wouldn't be surprised to see that at all. Zenio can be a very, very aggressive player at times. It's just, that's the thing about him. He's so unpredictable. You don't know, is he going to go macro orientated, which he can really play really well, or is he going to be going, you know, like really early aggression? He's kind of known for doing a lot of 2-base timings and things like that. So one of my favorite things that he does is actually the Nidus Network Hydra push, and man, he is good at it. He knows how to do that. The Nexus is going to be finishing up for Vampire. Zenio starts, so you know, going to be behind just a little. If we actually check out the income, well, not the income, but the harvester count, it's 19 probes to 17 drones. You know, no surprise there, really. The 2 gases coming up for Vampire, so that could actually be very interesting, because usually you'll go 1 gas or possibly 2 gas. Actually, wait. Oh yeah, you will go 2 gas. Never mind. I was thinking of a different build. So yeah, getting his 2 gas, he's gonna go start getting those sentries and things like that. He has a gateway about to finish up. The core is gonna go right here, or possibly something else, maybe even another core. And yes, there is the core. Yeah. Zenio also getting his 3rd right away. I don't even think he had to scout to know what was going on. Yeah, he did see the wall off actually, so that's why he's getting that really fast 3rd. Which is, you know, you always got to do that, because as a Zerg player, you never want to be behind a hatchery or a base from your opponent, regardless of what they are. Even in ZVZ, I always want to be ahead, because Zerg plays a very swarm style. I'm sure everyone knows this, but it's a very swarm style, very reliant on heavy amounts of units and to maximize the damage. So that's why you see a lot of hatcheries almost all the time. You see macro hatcheries, things like that. Zenio actually choosing not to tech up yet. He is doing kind of like the Ice Fisher build. I call it the Ice Fisher opening, because he is not getting his gas now. He is now getting gas, 2 gas. Is he going to be getting 4 and 3? No, he's not. Well, the reason I call it the Ice Fisher opening is because it's it's like an evolved form of the Ice Fisher build, which was invented by Spiniciua, where you would defend with nothing but slow links, spine crawlers, and queens up until about the 40 supply mark, and then you get all 4 of your gas right away, and then that's when you start to attack. We can see the Roach Warren and an Evo chamber coming up for Zenio. This is actually very significant of aggression. What I mean by that is he's getting his roach warren in his evo chamber. What's he going to do with that roach warren? Well, of course he's going to make roaches. The evolution chamber, though, there's no gateway, though. Is he trying to get spore collars or anything like that? Well, you know, it does happen to just go pretty well along with this dark shrine, but no, he's actually going to try and get those carapace upgrades or possibly missile, just to really make those roaches hit a lot harder. And we see that the lings are coming in here. Going to see that there's pylons going down, but they are going to be cleaned up by the zealots after one zealot does go down. So however many zealots that was, how many ever lings that was, is just enough to take out single zealot. Vampire is going to confirm that yes, there is the third. Oops, accidentally zoomed in there, and 5 zealots being warped in. I don't know what this zealot. I think he's on guard duty right now. It's like, see these pylons? Make sure they do not get destroyed. And of course, he's kind of failing his job right now. No, he's fine now. Going to force canceling that spine collar there. Looks like the queens are going to be targeted down. There is a single roach out, and more roaches just hatching. You see over here that 4 roaches coming in from the south, 5 roaches actually now because another one hatched. So the rest of these roaches are going to be, or the rest of these zealots are going to be cleaned up. Is he going to lose the queen? No, he actually keeps the queen, but now we have a DT coming in. Actually 4 DT. DT here and another DT over here. The spore crawler is on its way in the natural, but you know, what does that really matter right now? Layer tech is done, but no overseers are being morphed. Actually, I apologize. 2 overseers are being morphed right now. Tails is supply block. There's a dog outside my bedroom. And these two Dark Templars doing a lot of work here. This one's got 5 kills. That one has 3. A lot were lost over here. So he needs to bring that Overseer. He needs to bring the Overseer and Roaches up here because he might just lose his Roach Warren. And because he's getting that Glitter Constitution, he might very well be very reliant upon those Roaches. He is going to lose the Roach Warren. So he doesn't lose the money from that upgrade, but at the same time, you know, he's lost tech, and that's not good. My mouse went a little haywire there for a second. Level 1 armor is going to be coming up from Vampire, so he's going to be doing most likely heavy zealot pushes in the beginning. He's getting his 3rd down right here as well. The Roach Warren is being remade. There it is. Yeah. I feel like I'm talking like a robot right now. Roach Warren is going up. Actually, I lied. Apparently, with that level 1 armor, it's interesting because he's getting blink. This is very fascinating to me because usually when you see that armor go up right away with a Twilight Council, it's usually going to be a very zealot heavy composition. You know, nice rugged tough zealots. They're like lumberjacks and they have beards and they drink whiskey instead of water and things like that. You know, really manly zealots. Ones that live in British Columbia and chop down the great cedar forests. You know, those kinds of guys. Glitter Constitution is being researched as well. Metabolic boost about to finish right here. Surprised how late that is, actually. And then a changeling going to be dropped. Vampire, I don't know if he noticed it or not. He just wants to make sure that this Overseer goes down, which it is. Yeah, he did see the changeling. He's like, hee, you silly little changeling. You're not a Protoss unit. You're a Zerg unit. Blink is just about to finish, and we do have the Baleen Nest coming up, so Ventral Sacs and Pneumatized Carapace haven't been researched yet, but I still feel that there is that possibility for the Baleen Carpet Bombing, which against Stalkers is actually very, very effective. The Infestation Pit has finished, and Pathogen Glands is going to be made, so we're going to be sitting on a Roach Infestor composition, most likely. Of course, as I say that, he makes 22 Zerglings. So no one really knows what's going on here. The 4th is being taken. Of course I know what's going on. Man, come on, it's obvious. He's gonna Baleen bust him. That's actually what he's gonna do. Now that I finally realize, he's gonna Baleen bust and then Roach Flood, most likely. I feel that that's what's coming up. Of course, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. There's a 2nd hatchery coming up as well. Most likely a macro hatchery. There it is. We don't have Baleen Speed coming up. We have 4 Infestors coming out as well. A lot of Stalkers just decide to poke forward. They see, okay, I know where that army is. I know what he's got. He's got Roaches and Lings. He does not know about the Baleen Nest, though, does he? No, he doesn't. Surprised that there's no observers made until now, recently, actually. And we have level 1 Carapace and level 1 melee attack. So despite getting that early Evo chamber, was not really able to utilize it. There is the observer. That sucks that you can see it because you can't shoot up. Infestors are just about to hatch. 5 Infestors. There's 1, 2, 3, and 2 more to hatch. So we're gonna have nice amount of 5. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be 5 or not. Yeah, it is gonna be 5. No, 6. 6 infestors. My mistake. Gonna bring them across the map here. Zenio, wow, talk about creep tumors right here. That is a lot of creep tumors. I wonder if they show up in the... No, they don't. So Zenio definitely going to be able to be utilizing his creep spread, which is always good, especially when you don't have centrifugal hooks for your Bailings. But hey, you know what? That's what's coming up right now. Level 2 melee attack is coming up as well. And that Overseer needing to relieve himself and dropping changelings as a result, which if you look at the portrait, very disgusting. Of course, seen right away. But this kind of does provide Zenio to do a little flanking maneuver. Now he's going to be coming up here. Those are Blink Stalkers, and the Lings are going to engage, but decide against it. I think Zenio was trying to get into the third there. We see that the fungal growths are going off, and just Lings and a handful of Roaches. Lings coming up from the north. The Colossus is out, so this is going to be very hard for Zenio to actually destroy this army, and the Infestors are going down as well. One went down, two remaining. Oh no, Zenio, why do you do these things that make me cry? So that's what happened there. Very bad exchange for Zenio, I would say, no doubt. I mean, you lose, what, 5 Infestors? 6 Infestors. No, he lost 5 Infestors. Roaches, and not a lot of Lings, but quite a handful of Lings, and you were hoping to do some sort of damage. And, you did see the Colossus. That's the good part about it. The Spire is just about to finish, so those Corruptors can be brought out. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Greater Spire actually right away, just because the Hive Tech is finished. So it's interesting that the Spire is just finished right now, because you usually do Hive and Spire right at the same time because they have the same building time. Bailing's being morphed. They're going to be sniped off, though. This isn't looking good for Zenio. Vampire just, coming right up and saying, you know what, come on, engage me. I have a better army, and I know it. If we actually check out the units counting tab, it's 38 Stalkers, 2 Colossus, 2 Immortals, and 6 Sentries there. They're going to be sieging up this 4th. Zenio getting ready for that. He's just waiting for these force moves to go away. Now these sentries are almost all out of energy. Only 1 force move can be made. Actually, not anymore, because the one with energy is actually killed. And the Greater Spire halfway done. There is the 4th coming out for Vampire as well. And the Lings are going to be coming from behind with the Bailings, but not enough Bailings to really do any damage to these Stalkers. And they're all just going to be cleaned up right away by those Colossus, which there's the GG right there. I was wondering what happened to those Colossus, but yeah, that's that game right there. There's the Observer over there. I just feel that Zenio wasn't producing enough. He was definitely outproduced in that entire game, and that's what happened there. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this game as much as I enjoyed casting it. Oh yeah. My name is Nerdcraft, and you guys can see these videos on my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to it. There's a little button on the video that will appear right now. Magic, aren't I? And also, if you want to, you can follow me on Twitter. You just get updates as to when I go live on my live stream, which is generally analysis or ladder play. Maybe even a little StarCraft 2 Brood War, because I love that game. As well as, what else was I doing? Oh yeah, as well as just, when I'm going to be casting, when the videos get up, so that way you can be the first to see them. Everyone loves to be first, because, you gotta be number 1. So, I hope you enjoyed this game once more. My name is Nerdcraft. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. That's it. I am out.